What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Pwnery's Breaking News. It's not exactly breaking, though, is it? Because it's already been about 4 hours or so. But I wanted to touch on the judicial events of today coming out of Kenosha. If you just came out from underneath a rock or haven't been paying attention, Kyle Rittenhouse, who was accused of murdering 2 people and grievously wounding a third, has been found not guilty of all 5 charges facing him. And basically, what I wanted to do was I wanted to touch on the basics of this case, which should have been a no-brainer to almost everybody. The fact that essentially every piece of video evidence had proven that this poor kid exercised a duty to retreat, even though he wasn't required to do so. He had retreated every instance he could, and at the last second, when he felt like he was cornered or his pursuers had caught up to him, he had to stand his ground and defend his life. And here on the Discord today, we had actually talked about this a little bit, and the consensus is the difference between this particular case and, say, George Zimmerman is the pursuer in the Rittenhouse case ended up being the victim and, forced Rittenhouse to be on the defensive, self-defense. Whereas in the Zimmerman case, the pursuer was the aggressor and then basically got overtaken and then still somehow managed to win a self-defense case, which most people, even in, say, the 2A community, don't fully agree with. But in the case of Rittenhouse, it's pretty cut and dry. Every single piece of photographic evidence, every single piece of video evidence. The fact that the prosecution had destroyed their own case by putting Grosskreutz on the stand, where he literally confessed, okay, yes, I lied. Yes, I did have a gun. Yes, I did point it at him before he shot me in the arm. I mean, in this case, the implications of this case are going to go into probably case law studies for the next 50 years. And it's going to be beneficial to just about every Second Amendment and self-defense case from this day forward for decades. Easily decades. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. I don't have a whole lot to add to it. I thought the kid was innocent. I thought the constant narratives of racism were unfounded simply because he was a white kid. All the victims were white people. I think the fact that they said that he was a white supremacist was bunk when the defense willingly turned over his cell phone and unlocked it for the FBI, and they found absolutely nothing usable on it, whereas Grosskreutz flat out refused to turn over his phone. I wonder why. There are 10 million reasons why. Either way, I think justice was served, but even if it was, at the end of the day, there are still no real winners in this. It's sort of a hollow victory, because you have a kid who's now 18 who has to live in obscurity for a good long while until he's sort of forgotten by the mainstream.
This is what defeat looks like, bro.
And at the same time, there are still 2 dead people, and there's still 1 guy critically maimed that appears to have made a recovery, but there were no real winners in this. If anything, and I guess we won't know this for another day or two, maybe the city of Kenosha wins, because it does appear that there is no riots, there's no violence, there's no city under siege and on fire. So maybe they won. It's still a hollow victory either way. Anyway, I'm babbling. Let's just get this short and sweet. Rittenhouse, not guilty. All charges. Prosecutors, Probably put on a world-class what not to do clinic for all future criminal cases, defense, more or less knocked it out of the park. And the video evidence definitely um, vindicated him. And I think the jury should be commended for doing a very difficult job. So, anyway, thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. Um, Hopefully, we don't have to do too many like these, to be honest, because my opinions on the Ahmaud Arbery case are the guy that's on trial is going to get what's coming to him. That there is no comparison to Kenosha for that guy. No way. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you're new to my channel, maybe hit the like or subscribe buttons. Maybe share it with a friend. Let them know that I exist. We also do penny arcades. We do gun reviews, gear reviews, this old Gats. Just check my other playlists and see if maybe my other interests may be of interest to you. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.